Hey, what's going on out there? I'm Sean Devine. Hope you all are doing well. It's a new year, and today we're going to talk about decluttering and organizing your mixing plugins. You don't need to have too many choices. Too many choices is not a good thing all the time. And even if you don't have a ton of plugins, even if you've just got a couple of third-party plugins, even though I have a ton of plugins, a lot of great plugins, I don't need all of these to be accessible to me at any given moment. So if I'm just, for instance, going to choose a compressor, I shouldn't have to go through a bunch of things that I'm not going to be using. So we're going to talk about how to simplify this decision. So in Logic, you have the plugin manager, which is a really powerful tool in here to be able to go in and create different folders and organize these. And then I just go through and I have organized the plugins that I use in pretty much every session or, close to it. I know I'm going to be reaching for. The rest of them, they're still accessible, but I don't want them to be, immediately right there in the toolbox for me. So let's say I'm going for a compressor. If I throw something in that I really like, I'll add it later, but I don't want it to get all jumbled up in the full list of all my plugins. So we've got things like doublers. These are the only vocal doublers I use. Different multi-band compressors. I don't need a lot of those. So just simplifying it in that way. Now, if you're not in Logic, you don't need the plugin manager necessarily. All you'd really need to do is go to your audio plugin folder. In this case, the components are what's going to be used for, Logic most commonly, but let's just say that you had, something that used VST. Just go into your VST plugin folder, create a new one on your desktop, and let's just say plugin backup, and just go through this list, and any of the plugins, that you haven't used in a while, you're not using them, you don't like it, just get it out of there. Just copy it and move it over to this plugin backup folder and just put those in there so that this way, whenever you load up your DAW, they're not going to show up. You don't have to go through, the uninstall, reinstall process. Just save this folder in case you ever need them, and then you can just move them back as you need to. And once you've done that and you're back in the DAW, your list of plugins is going to be only those ones that you're actually using. All right, y'all. So just a quick power tip for the new year so that you can be as efficient and have as much fun in the process as possible. You don't want to have too many options. I'm all about simplifying and minimizing. I've been doing this for years, and I do this with my plugins quite often. I just did it this morning right before I'm jumping into a mix, just to know that, I'm keeping everything very specific and narrowed down to only the tools that I'm using and I know are going to give me the results I want. And the rest of them, put them aside. If I ever need to go back to them or I have them in an old session, just back up that folder. You can even back up the entire plugin folder if you want, and then just kind of pick and choose from them. Or, if you have Logic, very easy to use the plugin manager to be able to manage all this stuff. All right, y'all, I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions about managing your plugins, organizing, decluttering those options, feel free to leave a comment below. If you learned anything in the video, please like, subscribe, and consider sharing. We'll talk to you soon.